necessarily decided on like my perfect style of weekly for the square notebook, but I'm trying, so we're getting there. Hello gorgeous humans, welcome to today's stream. We are going to be setting up my journal for the week ahead. This is the last week, so the 2nd to the 8th. And then flipping over, this is what I've currently got, because this is where I kind of finished out last week. So rather than just leaving this page as it is and moving on to the next blank spread, I'm actually just going to be building my weekly on top of what we've got here. Well, alongside it, not on top of it. I'm not going to like go and write over the top of stuff I've already got. But I'm thinking that I liked this list view. I thought it was just handy to have it all in kind of one column. So maybe that could go here because it's my next full available column, but completely undecided. So we'll see what we get onto. But for now, I would love to know, what are you doing while we're streaming together today? I obviously am setting up my planner, but are you working in your journal? Are you working on something else? Seeing that somebody was working on a brochure, which sounds interesting, but then they also said that they'd rather be doing some crafty kind of work, which is completely fair as well. So this column here is where I started and I guess finished out my... what's the word? I was going to say September. I'm obviously confused. I just woke up. Sunday is the word I was looking for. My Sunday tasks. And those guys came down to here. One of the things about the way I'm currently doing my boxes, because I'm capping them all off, so it kind of matches the general vibe we were going with for the monthly pages, there's a lot of kind of on-the-go ruler work, which isn't really something I super enjoy. But it's okay, because I've only got, like, I don't know, 2/3 of a month left of it, and I'll be fine. Like, I could change it, but I do like how it looks when it's finished, you know? Working on your Bujo for 2024, oof, exciting! I have not even thought about my journals for 2024, but I'm very much getting to that point where I want to start thinking about it, so we will get there. For the headers in each of these, I'm just using the colours that I used in the rest of the October setup, but I'm not really necessarily doing them in any kind of gradient order. I'm just kind of picking up whichever colour feels like it's been neglected for a little while. Notably, I have one here, but I don't have gradients in the other boxes. It's just kind of whatever I pick up at the time. Ooh, member for 5 months. That's very exciting. Let's see. I'm busy getting ready for bed while listening to the live. Oh, my birthday is on Wednesday. It's on the 11th. And I was really hoping to take the day off, but it's starting to look like I might not be able to. So this little box here, right? This is my kind of work plan for the rest of the month. I was using, where is he? This guy here, but it didn't quite, it's not quite what I wanted. It's not quite working the way I wanted it to. I think it's probably because I put the vertical and horizontal lines across here that then it's like you can't really see the colors as well, and then like what if I'm doing multiple things on the one day? Anyways, so I made this table instead. I ruled this up yesterday. It was one of these things that I kind of migrated and then finally got around to. So the way this works is that each of the columns describes some kind of task or work thing that I have to do for each of my video projects, and they obviously all have to be done before release date. So release dates are listed down here. I kind of jimmied a couple things around in my calendar so that then I, in theory, would have enough time to do them, but I'm starting to think that our work journal layouts coming out on the 12th might not happen, especially if I want to have a day off for my birthday. So, I don't know. Yeah, I know, right? Why is October so busy? Get good, October. Oh, and your birthday's tomorrow. That's exciting. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm thinking that I might not be able to have the day off, or I have to re-jimmy this calendar so that I have kind of easier video coming out on Thursday so that I can take the Wednesday off, because otherwise we have our live stream today, because it's Monday for me, yeah, live stream today, and then I've got a meeting in the middle of the day, then we've got like half a day left of work, right? In that half day that I have I still need to go and do some grocery stuff. I need to like go out of the house and do some things. So we'll see. Then we've got tomorrow, so the full day of Tuesday. But then if I take Wednesday off, it's only Tuesday that I have, you know? So I'd have to set up all the pages and film and edit and upload all in one day. And I just don't see that happening for that type of video. So I might have to jimmy it around. I'm kind of like talking myself into the idea of jimmying it around. And let's see, I don't know what I would move there. Maybe my theme ideas video? Shrug. That's a future me problem. For now though, let us continue. So this is Sunday's list. So Sunday was the 8th of October. Nice. And we did make the sushi, so we can cross off all the things that happened there. And I did the thumbnail for the live stream because, I mean, you probably saw it when you were coming on in. And populate the workflow map. I started, didn't finish. Let's see. Oh, member for 1 month. Happy birthday week. Yay, thank you. I love when the little green boxes pop up. It's always very exciting. Let's see. Weekly reset, half done. So we leave it a half cross. Idea generation for work layouts, that happened. Well, it in part happened, but I didn't set myself a strict kind of completion point for that, so it's fine. Let's see. You got your dream job that's so exciting! At UK's biggest craft store. What is UK's biggest craft store? Am I allowed to ask that? Is that, I don't know, is it like, you don't want to tell us where you work? Because that's like completely fair. So if it's like a weird question, just like don't tell me. But that's very exciting. Congratulations. So what I'm thinking though is that because this is the next full available column, that's where I'm going to put my weekly kind of summary box, just so that then it kind of like caps off where we start the next week, if that kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense in my head, so hopefully it makes sense to you guys too. But with the square notebook, we have 37 rows down, which means 5 rows per day for a total of 35, and then the additional 2 rows that are left over are kind of like a header. So I usually just write, well, I say usually, I've done it once, but I write the week, day range in there, or date range for the week. So we can put those in. For this part with the ruling that I'm doing at the moment, we are using a micron because it is waterproof, which means that when I go over it with my Tombow, or bring my Tombow anywhere near it, it's not going to end up making a mess. 1, 2.5. Go. 1, 2.5. I quite like this style of, I call it build as you go dailies, though technically dailies are build as you go anyways, but we're not pre-sectioning out where each day is going in terms of their like daily lists. They just take up as much space as they need to. But because of how I've decided to do things this month with the ruling of boxes around them, it is a little bit more, it's not necessarily like labor intensive, because technically speaking, if I did it all at the same time, it would take roughly just as long, but it's that idea of like startup cost. Every time that I need to do the ruling, I need to like get out the pen, and I need to remember which pen I've been using because I keep putting it away instead of storing it in my pencil case. And then I need to, consider, do I actually have enough space to start the next daily underneath this? And all that kind of stuff. I'll show you what I mean. So, on our last weekly, last weekly, you can see that this one I ruled off for Thursday because I wanted to write something down for Thursday while it was still Wednesday, and I'm like, oh yeah, surely Wednesday's list will come all the way down to here, and notably, it did not. I could have filled that in with something, like a note or something like that, I just didn't really do it. This guy here was my weekly list, and the idea was that if there was anything I wanted to do later in the week, I could add it to here. So realistically, I probably should have written the habit tracker video stuff that I put here over here, but I didn't. And I also didn't cross that off properly. I'm trying to get better at actually making sure that I cross things off as they happen, but we'll put that one over there too. There we go. George. So, for being in October, you're shocked at how many books you've read. Nice. Book 34 of the year. That's pretty awesome. The current book that I'm on, I am, like lagging with, I guess. I'm kind of just not really as into it as the last book in the series, so it's becoming a little bit of a struggle, just a little bit. I didn't actually end up writing in which day each of these were, which is an interesting choice. I think it's probably just because I'm like, I know what day it is, but I also only ever had 4 things on any day. So I do have enough space to write in what days they are, so I might just do that. Click. Alrighty, let's see. Reading through your comments. You got your dream job last month. That's so cool. Working in psychology. Nice. Let's see. So, you are Monday the 9th. Tuesday the 10th. Wednesday the 11th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I honestly have no idea what's going on this week. Which is why it's probably good that we are doing this here together today. Okay, Friday 13th, love it. Feeling spooky. Alrighty, 14th and 15th. So, first things first, I'm the realist. Second thing, we're going to colour in this header using some tape. I've actually found that this little tape dispenser, I was kind of skeptical because, you know, it's like a piece of plastic or whatever, but it's actually quite good. I like that it gives it, I don't know, you can see this, like that little kind of torn edge. Might be hard to, you know, tape versus Jess's fingers, similar tone, but you can see the little kind of jagged rip or whatnot, kind of, yeah. But this part here, this bar is actually reversible, so you can have either this big tooth, which is like very jagged, or you can have the one at the bottom, which is a kind of finer tooth grip or whatnot, which is quite cool. So we'll put that back. But we're just going to tape off the header here so that then I can colour it in without worrying about going outside the edges. There we go. Put that to the side. For the ones on the headers for each of the daily boxes, because they are just a 1/2 centimetre, or like, you know, 1 row of dark red boxes, and they're completely boxed in by this black line, they're very easy to just do with the pen, like without having to do any masking tape, which is really nice, because last month, every time I did one of these, I had to get the tape out and, like, you know, section things off, make it very crisp. I mean, I didn't have to. I like to do that. I like the way it looks. So it's kind of nice in that respect that I don't have to use as much tape to do these headers, but the ruling thing does take a while. Now, which colour are we going to use? That's the real question. So we've got 7 main colours that we're using, which doesn't include these 2. So far on this page, I have already used you. I've already used you. I must have already used the 620 on this, which is odd because I haven't been using 620 for the headers, but that's fine. Which means I have these colours left. I think I'm going to go with blue, because I don't want the darker blue because it's right next to that, and we're right next to this pink purple, so I probably don't want to use that one. Yeah. Just trying to make it so that all of the colours are loosely represented in the setup, but also not right next to each other. There we go. Colour, colour, colour. Yeah, so the reason that we use the tape here is that it makes it easier to get kind of fairly consistent colour when we're colouring in the boxes, because otherwise you end up with the kind of streak marks like you can see through here possibly. Maybe it might be a little hard to see on camera, but abuse. And we also have to be careful when we rip up the tape, but I wasn't, so here we are. It's all good though, it's totally fixable. So, tape stuck to my finger, get off. We will fix that in a bit though, because I want to make sure that the pen has had ample time to dry, and we also won't write the header in just yet because I don't want the ink to spread while that section is still kind of damp, which is a very nice way to describe it. So we can put all of those pens to the side for now. And in the meantime, we're going to do a little bit more ruler work because I want to rule up a space for today. And I've been practicing doing my horizontal ruling. I'm not as good at it as I am with my vertical. Like, vertical ruling is still very much my preference, but I am slowly getting better at it. So, you know, progress. We can celebrate that. Now, will my task list for today be as long as this box? Strong possibility, but we're not going to rule it off until I've assured that it's at least this long. Like, if we get down to about here with my task list, I'm not going to start the next box in the last, like, 6 rows of this column. I think that would be a little weird. So, let's see. A birthday live just for me. Happy birthday! Yay! Alright, so today, first thing I need to do is set my priority for the day. So you can see these little green dots, maybe, on usually the first task in the box, sometimes another one if I finish it particularly early. And these are my priorities for the day. So I've been setting them kind of at the start of the day as part of what I'm trying to do with, like, actually utilizing my time as best as I can. And I think that my priority for the day is going to be, so, like, my first instinct is like, oh, it should be the video that you're planning to release on Thursday. Like, you need to work on that. But then we just talked about the idea that I might be changing what I'm doing for that video. So, if I'm changing it, if I'm going to make it the theme ideas video, then I probably could get all of that done, or most of it done today. Whereas the actual kind of thought work that needs to go into doing the work layouts video, that one's going to take me a little bit longer. Let's have a think. So if I decide to change the video schedule and we put the November theme ideas video out on the 12th, which feels too early, but, like, stuff it, whatever, then that means that today I would be able to get through picking the themes, picking the decoration for the themes, probably sketching them in, and deciding the color palette, which means that tomorrow morning the first thing that I would be doing would be filming the video, and I could probably have it edited by about 3 p.m, which gives me the rest of the afternoon to do some of that idea generation stuff that I need to do for the work layouts video. Will I have enough time to then get the work layouts video out by Saturday? Because I'll have the entire Thursday and Friday to work on it. I'm gonna go with yes. I feel like that's probably gonna be the easiest way to go about it, honestly. Like, you know, why work harder than we need to? I already knew going into October that I had yet again bitten off more than I could chew, which I'm gonna just chew it. It's gonna be fine. It just might come out in a weird order. So this one is going to be the November theme ideas video. Which means we are going to have to fix up that table, but we'll do that in a second. So for that one, I need to pick the themes for the theme ideas video. I need to pick the decoration styles. I need to do some sketching for them. Sketch them into their little boxes. I need to find color palettes. I might even be able to film it today, depending on how long it takes me to do the other stuff. So I'm going to put film down as like a stretch goal. Like, if you can, if you get time, film. Might not happen. Along with that, we have all of the fabulous tasks associated with being a domestic goddess or whatever, like laundry. So I need to do my laundry. So laundry, mine. And we have wash, dry, put away. And then we have the towel laundry, which I'm thinking about changing my laundry days, because typically I do both of them on Monday. I'm like, yep, they're both done, one fell swoop, start of the week, all good. But I think that I need to change it to a different day, because I like to effectively what I want to be able to do is get out of bed, get into the shower, as soon as the shower's over, go and wash the towels. But on Monday, I'm always the first one to have a shower, which means I can't just put the towels on after my shower, because I have to wait for Vogel to be done so I can put his towel in the wash with mine. But yeah, I get up first because we do the live stream together, which means that I wouldn't be able to do the towel wash before my live stream, or if I did, it would be like putting it on right before the live stream, which means that I will then have it sitting in the in the washer for like 2 hours or something while we finish off the stream, which isn't super great. I like to be able to schedule it so that things come out and go in a very timely manner. So I'm thinking about changing it to maybe Thursdays or something. So wash, dry, put away. I also find that Thursdays typically are a day where my work tasks are either I schedule them to be lesser, or they just end up being lesser because I know that that's always my lowest energy day. And laundry is kind of a low energy task for me, except for putting it away. That seems to be like, it doesn't actually take a lot to do the thing once I get started, but getting started on it is like the biggest struggle. It is always such a push. All right, let's see. So that is looking kind of cute. We've got plenty of space. Plenty of space for some more tasks. And by that I mean we don't have enough space to put another box in. So we're going to put that in here. It does have a delayed start, but it's still like I have to put everything into the wash to start with. So oftentimes the way that I use my delayed start is that I will get the towels out. I will put them in the dryer and start the dryer. And then I'll put my own personal laundry in and delay start it for 2 hours, because by that point... No, not 2 hours. It's the wrong way around. Okay. Rewind. Normally I'll put my laundry in first. Then when it comes out, I'll put the towels on and delay the start of the towels for 2 hours, because my clothes take about 2.5 hours to fully dry. There we go. That's what I meant. Yeah. It's one of those like things that when you first start my dryer, it says auto until it figures out how long it's actually going to need to finish, which is very frustrating because I'm like, if you just tell me how much time it actually is, then I can plan my life better. But alas. Anywho. So, that's looking pretty good. Other stuff to do. I don't think I have any specifics right now. I need to write a new grocery list because there are a couple of other things that we need to get. And I think that might be it. That's all I can think of for now. Alright, so color. So we'd already used you, and we already used the blue, wherever the blue went. There it is. We've already used the blue. We've already used the pale purple that we weren't supposed to use. We've already used this one. Thinking that for this lower one I might do mint. Might be nice. Alrighty, we'll go with mint. Show you guys off to the side. So for this one we can just turn it around and there we go. That looks great. Nice and simple. You brought the computer out so that you can just hear me yap on about my own laundry. I appreciate that. I'm more than happy to keep you company while you're doing that. So this one is for Monday the 9th of October. Okay, so we need to fix a couple of things. We need to fix this guy up, and I think that to do that, I'm just gonna rip that off gently and re-rule over the place where that's come up. The worst part about re-ruling is getting it like actually properly lined up, so I'm not going to try and horizontally rule it this time because I'm not as good as I am at vertical ruling. So that looks okay. That one's in there. And I think that I'm going to not colour in the small part of white here with my blue. I know you're really not going to be able to see this, but you might be able to see the faintest little bit of white up there. So part of me is like, oh yeah, just go colour it in. But in knowing that I have just ripped the surface off the paper with the tape, I know that that's going to show up much more saturated compared to the rest of the blue in the box, and then it'll just draw more attention to it. Like, it's actually more sneaky to just have it in white than it is to go and try and colour over the top of it. So we're not going to do that. Tutunk. You can hear Vogel's door closing. He's moving around. So, that one still needs to have its header in, and we're just going to do the same very basic style header that we had here. So October 9th to 15th. OCD. 9th to 15th. 2023. Oh, that feels weird to say. 2023. There we go. Excellent. And then the other thing we wanted to fix up was this. So we're moving things around again. I'm just going to jump into my content calendar on my computer so I can see it. So if we move the work bullet journal video layouts, work layouts go to Saturday, and then the November theme ideas come to Thursday, which I've already moved once because this theme ideas video was supposed to come out on the 21st. But I flipped it around with reading journal ideas, because I was like, you can't do reading journal ideas and do work journal ideas in the same week. Like, it's just not gonna work, because both of them are very like page making heavy, if that makes sense. Also, it's tink, drink break. Not that I've opened my drink, so beautiful. Yes, great success. First sip of the day, always the best. Alrighty, so that's what we're gonna do, which means we need some white sticker labels, which I keep wrapped up with this little clip so that they don't sit here and unravel on my desk, which they don't do so much, but it's nice to keep them together. Now, we're going to need to fix this one to put you on the, what did we say, the 14th? Bless you, Vogel. And this one on the 12th. So just those two. Yep, alright, we can do that. Ooh, gosh, you've done a number on these stickers. I'm thinking I might just, instead of using the little scissors, stick it over the top where I should be able to see through it, and then just cut around the outside. I'm okay with opening my cola cans. I'm really bad at opening those ring, pull ring cans or whatever, like canned vegetables or whatever. I can't do that very well. I get very nervous that either the ring is gonna rip or I'm going to pull it back and it's gonna like spray something. So I'm always like really just tentative about it. So the 12 is good, because we've covered it, and then the 14 is the other one we're covering, which is a bit of a mess. There we go. We'll cover you like that, and just surgery it away. Surgery. There we go. It's like it was never there. Success. We can just put that back onto the roll, and then peg it together so it doesn't fall off the roll. Nice. So that's looking safe. And we can put that to the side. Yeah, exactly. Like spraying a tin tomatoes all across the kitchen, or just any of it. I know that it's sharp, but I also know that I have never cut myself on one of them. But I'm like always very worried that I'm going to end up just doing something stupid with it and end up slicing my finger or whatever. Which, again, I've never done it on a can. So I don't know why I'm as nervous about it as I am, but I am. Super nervous. Alrighty, so let's see. We need to... checking that. That looks okay. I might just neaten up this one because it's kind of encroaching a little bit on the black line at the bottom. And yes, I could just go and draw the black line over the top, but I don't want to. There we go. Get rid of you. You're a little neater now. Thank you very much. I appreciate how sharp this new blade is, because I recently put a new one on because I managed to snap the tip off the last one, and it was making things very difficult. So this is beautifully sharp. We love it. We'll put that away before we injure ourselves. So, this is looking good. we need to flip those dates around. Now, typically, when I write things into my journal, I prefer to use my Inkjoy, but because I plan on colouring these boxes in, I don't want to use my Inkjoy because it'll just make a muddy mess and smudge everywhere. So we'll use the Micron for that instead. This one is now the 14th, and you are now the 12th. So you're just going to be way easier to make. So if you're the 12th, then the idea generation stage is happening today. So we can put the 9 in the box for that. We're also going to be doing material preparation today. And we might be filming today. So filming and film preparation is either going to happen today or it's going to happen tomorrow. Editing is going to happen tomorrow, so that's the 10th. And then the admin and upload is going to happen on the 10th. Okay, so both of those are going to be future me, also known as tomorrow me's problems. That's looking cute. So that one's actually going to happen. Love that. And then once I get a kind of idea of how much of this I can do today, I can start thinking about what stages of this guy I can do later in this week. Because I'm thinking that if I manage to do the filming for this today, then I will probably be able to do some preparation stages for this work layout video tomorrow, but I don't want to commit myself to that before I've actually filmed the video, if that kind of makes sense. Yeah. This is the kind of thing that I really want to make better use out of, because I started doing it on scrap paper and found it quite useful. But because it was on scrap paper, I felt like I could be a little bit more messy, and I just scribble things out or cross stuff off or whatever like that. This guy, because now he's in my journal and I'm a little bit more anal about what goes in my journal, I want it to be a little bit neater. Let's see, we'll put that one, cross that off. I need to go back through all of my tasks and cross things off and bring things forward and whatever like that. So in terms of the weekly setup though, we've got the little box, which is cool. I like the idea of having a weekly list. I don't think I need it to be the full page. It was this long this week, so I'm thinking I could probably get away with just putting it here. So this could be my little weekly box, especially considering this week I'm taking Wednesday off because it's my birthday, and I'm taking Saturday off because I'm having my friends over for like a crafty day. And by crafty day I mean it's like, thanks for calling me out, Sarah. Yes, it's only a little bit anal. Oh my gosh, so mean to me. But yeah, no, fair. I'm a persnickety biscuit. It's all good, I get it. But because I'm having 2 days off this week, which is unheard of, and we'll see how much I actually end up taking time off. I want to take time off, but we'll see. I probably won't have as much stuff to write in a weekly sense rather than on a daily sense. I'll probably end up overpacking the days that aren't the days off, and then on the days off I'll write like 2 things, like tidy up house, greet guests, done, or whatnot. But yes, I need to start thinking about my 2024 planners. I am kind of excited about the idea of it, but also kind of like I'm in that stage where I have absolutely no idea what I want to have for them. So it feels like a very daunting task. I know you mean it with love. All good. Yay, catching alive. Let's see, I think, yeah, I have no chill sounds better. I have no chill, which is very fair statement. So I'm thinking about my 2024 lineup, and I'm thinking like, I know that there are some that are just going to carry over. Those ones are nice and easy. Like my yearly collections journal, that one's carrying over. We have my reading journal, that's carrying over, all of those ones. But when it comes to my everyday journal, that's the one where I'm just like, ooh, what do I want to do? Because I'm really enjoying the square, but I have so many A5s, and I know A5 is my preferred size, but this has been a lot of fun so far, so I'm a little bit conflicted. No promises either way. I'll probably just go back to the A5. But then if I go back to the A5, it's a question of, well, which A5 do we use? Because you've got a few of them. If you guys already know what journals you're using for next year, I would love to hear about them. Please let me know. Because I just love to hear about people's lineups in general. But also I'm it's one of those things, right? Like, because my journal, especially my everyday journal, gets used on the internet to make these videos for you fine folks, I want it to be something that you can get, not necessarily like inspiration from, or like you want to like copy my layouts or anything, not so much that, but it's more like I'm setting things up in a way that means that you could actually use it to generate your own ideas or whatever. So that's why I tend towards A5s. One, love A5s, just an enjoyable size in general. It's a kind of perfect balance for me of like compact but enough space, yeah. But then I also have just really enjoyed the square. Let's see, you're using a B5. Nice, we've got 2 B5 lovers here. Yes, I do totally still have 2 months left in this one. And I've got probably enough space for it. Seems like plenty of space left for it, so it's still got some life left in it. It's just that I know that if I get prepared with my 2024 journal ahead of time, it means that people can actually use it for ideas for their own journal ahead of time, if that makes sense. Let's see. B5 as always. Yep, very good. A5, we've got B5 staring at you. Yeah, I don't need more B5s, but I want to get more B5s. Let's see. B5 180 GSM. Nice. Alrighty, A5, B5. Yep, you have 6 journals ready for 2024. Nice. That's another thing, right? Is that this year and last year, I went with 3 journals for the year. So we had about 4 months on average in each of them, yeah? Didn't necessarily turn out for all of them. For instance, this year, the A5 that I used had 5 months, then the Travelers had 3, then this one's having 4, but whatever. But in terms of timeliness of release of videos, it really doesn't work for what the majority of people seem to be looking for, which I know I should not base my journal setups on that. I mean, okay. I'm tentative about that statement as well. Like, people in general who are using their planners and not putting them out on the internet should really just use their journals as they want to, all of that kind of thing. But because mine ends up being something that I'm also using to give other people ideas, it needs to also kind of account for the fact that people are going to want to look at things at specific times of the year. Does that kind of make sense? Anywho, we're going to write in a header, because that seems like a good idea. This is my weekly list. My little weekly list this time. Weekly... What did I write last time? Weekly tasks? No, I originally just wrote weekly. And I used the exact same purple for them too. Weekly... I'm just going to write weekly tasks, because I feel like that's a more apt description. Alrighty. Hello, Britta. Glad to have you here with us. Tink. And then part of me is like, you know what? Let's just use a pre-printed planner next year. I'm not going to do that. I do not need to do that. I like the flexibility of drawing things in myself. So, stuff that's happening today. We have live stream. We have laundry. We have material prep. And we have a YouTube meeting. Then on Wednesday, it's my birthday. We're going for dinner. Dinner at Wildfire. I love Wildfire. And then we have spooky movie night on Friday. And we have crafty day. Oh, plunking around again. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, tend to go back and watch the videos put out previously, even if it is, yeah, I appreciate that people will do that as well. It's just, I know that in balancing the idea that I want my videos to do as well as they can, you know, that I feel like that's okay to say, which means that putting them out at a timely point in the year is kind of important for them to be able to do that. That kind of makes sense. Yeah. So crafty day, looking cute. On the Sunday we have our hangout, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm mistaken. Sunday is hangout, yep, and the weekly reset and my home meeting. So this is the team hangout for the team with a capital T. Team hangout. And we have the household meeting. And we have the weekly reset. Part of me has literally considered like, maybe we should just make the weekly reset a consistent like live stream based event so that I'm actually held accountable to doing it. Because I know it helps me so much, but oftentimes when it comes to Sunday, I just drag my feet with stuff, which means that either the weekly reset balloons out into something that's like really huge and takes a really long time, or other things that I'm doing end up taking such a long time that I don't get a chance to properly do my weekly reset. Like, I know if I just sat down and just focused on doing my weekly reset, it would take me maybe half an hour to 40 minutes if I'm doing an in-depth job kind of a thing. But because I end up just like, lagging on stuff, it ends up taking a lot longer. Now, we have some pens. And in those cans, we've got pen dot marker, cheeky dot marker boys. So these guys are related to my color code, which is at the start of the journal. Put you off to the side here. The grey one doesn't actually count. And we can flip back to my key. So blue is for work. I just associate work with blue stuff, which means live stream, that's part of my work. And then the YouTube meeting is part of work. And then technically like the hangout, it's fun, but it is technically a work task. So we can put that in. I also have some other stuff for work. I know I have a release on Tuesday, right? I usually have a release on Tuesday. That is the lettering practice sheet. And we've also need to put up the poll for book club. So, lettering sheet, book club poll. Then we've moved that. Spooky movie night, Rejo ideas. I guess, did I put my release schedule on here last time? No, I didn't put my release schedule on this one, did I? No, I did, because irregular habit tracking was totally a video. And so was A6 layout ideas. Okay, we're putting videos on here too. So, there's a video on Thursday. There's a video on Saturday. That looks about right. And then we have the hangout reminder, but I've already done that. I'm not doing it. No, but I need to put a Discord. Okay, yep. Me actually deciding what I want to do. Lettering practice sheet. Yes, we do have the lettering practice sheet. I don't know if that's a question of what it is or like whether it's happening. The lettering practice sheet is a perk that the team members with capital T receive once per month. And typically I try to make it a lettering style that's going to be kind of fitting for the month ahead, or it might just be something fun. So for instance, the lettering practice sheets that we had, let's go see if I can find one to show you an example. Memberships, lettering practice sheet, 2023, let's see, September, yeah, so, share screen, so you can see what I see, yeah, so this is kind of like an example of some like kind of rune style lettering that we do, so it's like on these kind of doc grid sheets, and then it just shows them like how you can make that letter and stuff and whatever else. So then for August we had, this one shows up weird on my computer, but I promise you it actually prints out better, but it's effectively like a bubble style lettering, like a 3D bubble style lettering. And this one was kind of like a sailor style lettering. So, with the little kind of flicks and stuff on the end, which is, I think it's quite cute. So that's something that we release once per month for the team members, team with a capital T. So I need to make that and have that ready to go. So that should actually be on my list for today, shouldn't it? Which I, of course, have started with an E instead of an L. Lettering sheets. We need to pick the style. We need to make them. We need to upload them. And then we're going to have the actual, like, post that comes out to say, like, hey guys, here it is. You can go nab it from this place. So I need to do that as well. Okay, so that's good. This obviously needs more. I say obviously. It's not necessarily obvious. I need to do more. Yeah. Use the pencil trick and trace and transfer them in for your headers. Oh, I love that. I love the penciling trick. The pencil transfer trick is great. Kaklonk. Vogel needs to stop going in and out of his office because he's, like, bothering me. Like, I don't know why I'm so easily bothered today. I'm just obviously in a mood, but, like, he's bothering me. So tomorrow we have what we said, the lettering sheets. Lettering practice sheet. Yeah. Yeah, for instance, last month, we did kind of like a double feature. So we brought back this style of lettering. So we had lettering practice sheets for these guys, as well as the one that I showed you before. But yes, lettering practice sheet, and then we have the book club poll. So we need to check in with Rachel regarding book club poll. That should be on my task list for today. So the question is, do I put a header over here, considering it's just a continuation of Monday? Because last time I didn't, and I thought it looked weird. But I'm not sure. It does look a little strange, right? I think it's time for a poll. Alrighty, so the question is, do I put a little header on the box that I'm going to draw here, or do I leave it headerless? Okay, so we're going to need to add in our little poll. Yay to the header, or nay to the header? There we go, box header, start the poll. So this is what it'll look like if it doesn't have a header. And this is what it'll look like if it does have a header. I mean, you can probably tell what it'll look like if it has a header, right? So, you know, we'll give you guys some time to think about it. It's a very big decision. I understand that. You know, should there be a header on this box? In the meantime, I will at least rule the box in. I love how you're all very adamant about the direction that this is going to take. But for people here on the replay, I'm not going to give you a spoiler for it, even though you probably have your own thoughts as well. We do love Team Replay. Yay for Team Replay. We also love Team Live. We just love the team, don't we? Alright, we're practicing our horizontal ruling. We're attempting to. Flawless execution. Absolutely brilliant. Yep, okay, you guys are very adamant on what you want here. So yes, we are probably going to be having a header on the box. So we'll put the header on. That's fair. Because, I mean, it just feels a little odd because, like, we've already captioned one off to say, like, hey, this is your Monday box. And so, I guess the question is, do I write just Monday again? Because I feel like it'll draw less attention to it if it just says Monday. Or if it's, like... Because I don't really want to write, like, Monday continued because I feel like it'll end up being too long and look a little bit strange. So, let's see. We're going to continue this task list, though. So the lettering sheet, we're going to continue with the lettering sheet. We're going to write lettering sheet. Lettering sheet posts. So we have to write the copy. It's just like the text that says, like, hey guys, here's a thing. And then we need to post it in the places that we post it, which are Patreon and the YouTube community tab, because that is where the posts for the team members on YouTube get their stuff. Alrighty. Thank you and appreciation for your contribution to the poll. Yeah, so I could write like Monday continued or something like that. I kind of just don't want it to be like longer than the header that we already have, because I feel like it'll end up looking a little bit weird. So we're gonna color it in with... See, now I don't want to put a purple next to a purple. What colors have we used? Bring back all of the colors again. Okay, so we haven't used you. So you're a contender, but you are maybe possibly a little too close to that blue. We've used this one, and we've used both of those two. and we've used the pink, and we've used that guy for that one, and we've used that one. So the only two ones that we have left are the dark purple or the dark blue. I don't really want to put purple next to purple. So maybe I just do a colour that I've already done. Yeah, see, like, the idea of having the same colour for the Monday header seems kind of reasonable, right? Because it's also still, like, a continuation of Monday. So in that case, we'll do mint. That seems reasonable. Alright. And also, I don't want to put a purple next to a purple, and I still feel like the blue is, like, too close to that blue. Like, I could just rip the washi tape off and then change the colour of the tape in the box, but I'm not going to do that. That feels wasteful. Oh my gosh, guys, my washi graveyard is so full because of all of the little pieces that I have to end up cutting off when I do stuff. It's upsettingly full because, okay, I love these tapes. I've got them to the side. These tapes are gorgeous. I love the shiny, and the color palette is like, you know, pastel isn't usually my thing, but I've been very much enjoying it. But then I go and have a look at my washi graveyard in the back. Just get ready to be upset. Look at this. Look at how much there is. And notably, some of these are from the, you know, start of journal setup, and this one's got a piece of paper stuck to it, so I'll just pull that off. But I know that these weren't being used because they were just in the wrong place. Like, they've been cut off when I did, you know, the Dutch doors or when I've done the pieces on the side or whatever, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, no, my beautiful tapes. But the washi graveyard is giving me a lot of joy, though, because it's like you're kind of remembering our fallen washi brothers. There are certain colours, though, that I do seem to have more of in here. I can't even necessarily remember when they got pulled off. I think that some of them just got cut off the side of the pages when I put things down, but anywho. It is very pretty, though, and that's why it's there. So, I actually do need to lay some washi tape down the side of this page, so we might do that. But the question is, which colour do we pick? So, here are our options. Now, some of these aren't actual options because they have already been used on the page. So, of these 6, this guy got used there, so that's a no. And which one did I use over the other side? I'll just roll them over and see if I can tell. This guy is already on the side of the page here, so we can't use that one. So it's these ones. And I'm thinking that I might go with not this blue one, because the blue is like right there already. Come here. On this guy I used a blue and a green, and then I did it again on this one. So I'm thinking I might go with a purple and a pale blue, because I've used green on the next one. That seems like a reasonable choice. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna do this guy, okay? They're both beautiful, but this one is a purple already, so I don't want to do 2 purples on the same page. So we'll put this guy down the side, which means I might need to turn the journal this way. There we go. We'll try it like this, because what I like to do is I like to lay it down so it's right at the edge of the page, and then I rip off half of it. Ow, paper cut, rude. Oh no, sorry, we have to do a Twilight style, like, paper cut. Like, whatever. So I like to lay it down so it's on exactly the side of the page, so I don't have to try and, you know, cut any excess away or anything like that. And then we rip the tape in half lengthways. So, my little scissors. There we go. Put that to the side. So this guy can be here. Here. And then we're going to rip it from the top. Making sure that it's kind of like not done perfectly. Just push you down a little bit. We don't want it done perfectly. We don't want it to be like a super straight rip, but we want it to not encroach into where these boxes are. We can go over and in and over again and back over here And this way a little, there we go, that looks cute. So it's just kind of like irregular edge, which is a little bit shiny. Shiny shine, beautiful shiny shine. And then we'll put the other piece that we've ripped off on this page here, so that it's still getting used. This piece isn't really being, wasted. The only issue is that with doing that kind of ripped edge on one side and then putting it on the other, is that sometimes you'll have ripped in quite a bit, which means that we have this kind of like larger sections on this, which I have laid down way too just slightly off. We're gonna pull that up again. I'll tell you what I mean once I've finished putting this down, because I'm having some struggles with getting it lined up properly, especially because it curls up when you pull it off, and then it's just more difficult to work with. So when you do your halfway rip, like we did on the last page, yeah, when we actually ripped it off, we're ripping it off in relation to where the boxes are going to be on that layout, yeah? So when we ripped off this piece, we were like, okay, this column down the side, we indicate with a ruler, this section down the side is where we're putting our ruled line, so all of this ripping needs to happen to the right hand side of it. Just bring it to the center, yeah? All this ripping needs to happen to the right hand side. But because this part here has pulled in quite a fair distance, and this part has like started to pull in a fair distance, it means that when we lay it down over here, that part sticks out quite a bit, all right? Which means that when we go and put in our boxes across here, they are supposed to be there. Where is it? There. So you can see that like this part of the tape and this part of the tape have gone over where that line is going to be ruled. So we actually need to rip a little further away. We try and still keep it irregular. We don't need to rip down the whole edge of it. Like we can pull that off there, because this part is fine, but this part here starts to encroach on those boxes again, on those dots. Get rid of that. There we go, rip that one off, and pull it in a little, and then it can go out again. There we go. I like the kind of organic ripped type of edge. Yes, this piece could go in the washi graveyard, but I've now kind of ripped it and curled it up so much that it's not really super sticky anymore, so it's not really going to stick into the washi graveyard. Alright, time to neaten things up, because having tape hang over the edge is not really the business. Use my tiny shiv scissors. These are excellent scissors, by the way. They work so well. They are beautifully sharp, and I kind of like this, like, secateurs motion. I don't know how to describe that, but it's very satisfying. Go cut that off. That looks good. And we'll cut off this piece at the bottom as well, making it neat. And I might round the corners with my corner rounder, because I don't feel like trying to fussy cut around the corners of the pages. We can cut these ones off. Just turn the journal around. I find there's always like a certain direction that's preferred for cutting things off, and I find that when I would lay tape down on any of my pages, I always prefer to cut from the other side, because it's easier to see where the tape kind of overhangs the edge of the page, rather than having to try and look through the tape to see where the page is. If that kind of makes sense. So this little guy, he can go into the washi graveyard. There we go. You can sit in there, friend. Gorge. Okay, so we still have some corners to neaten up to make it look not so messy. And for those, we'll just use our little corner trimmer. Nice and easy. Bang. Where did the piece of scrap go? There we go. The problem with using the corner rounder when you're using washi tape is that sometimes these little pieces will actually stick inside of the little trap, which means you have to like get tweezers out or your finger and just pull them out, get it out of there. What are the name of these scissors? These are Fiskars Easy Action. I do have a link to them. It's not in the description box, but I will put it there after the fact. So if you click curious about what it is, then click. In terms of the corner rounder, there we go. Really, I apologize if that's like super loud. I don't mean for it to be. The corner rounder is a creative memories one. It's from my scrapbooking days, and it works really well. I also have this guy, but this one is a little, first of all, this one was way cheaper, but second of all, it is also a little bit harder to use, I find, but it does have different roundness in terms of what you can punch out. So you've got one that's like quite round, and then one that's quite sharp, and then one that's kind of a happy medium between the two. But I find that this one is trickier to do. Alrighty. In terms of the code for the Mint Tombow, one second, my little drawer has come out. There we go, put that back. In terms of the Mint Tombow code, this is 291, and then this is 243. The one that we've actually been using in this video has been 291. The 243 is the more kind of green tone one that is there. So like those are the two of them. This guy's the green mint, and then this one's the blue mint. Yeah. Yeah, you have the second one as well. You don't really like it. Yeah, I find that like it can work, but it's just more difficult. Like, and I don't know, maybe it's like a user error, but I find it harder to use. Alrighty, so we're just gonna write Monday, the 9th of October. I'm okay with it just being the same. That's alright. I think it'll just keep my consistency loving heart happy. We also need to go and finish color coding the rest of our calendar. So this is a social task, so it is purple, and so is that, and so is that. And we also need to write in what each of these things were. So you, my dear, are the November theme ideas. November theme ideas. And you are what is it? Work layouts. There we go. Work Bujo layouts. And you guys need some color dots as well. You are the Discord digest, which I need to get better at doing. But it hasn't been as necessary because we haven't had as a lot of like many space changes in the Discord, which has been kind of nice. Tick, tink. Alright. That's looking not so bad. We need to put in some color dots for these. Yellow is for household stuff. So that's laundry and the household meeting. And then mental health, like mental self-care and stuff, is pink. So that is the weekly reset. Gorgeous. I think that's all we have for that one. Weekly tasks there, Monday's here. If Monday goes on to another one, I'm just going to be like, no, I quit. Because I'm not having 3, like, mint boxes. I'll just be like, no, you're Tuesday. I don't care if you happened on Monday. Gifted you an A&O that's spooky. Oh, exciting. Yeah, I just... Okay, things I know about my planner that I want to use next year. 1, it's not going to be blue. That's about it so far. 2, it's either going to be square or A5 or B5. Because I feel like I want to give the B5 another try, but I don't necessarily know if I want to give it a try at the very start of the year. And it will already be in my stash. There we go. Those are the things that I know. Okay, it's going to be something from the stuff that I already have. It's going to be an A5, a B5, or a square. Probably leaning towards an A5 or a square. Probably leaning towards an A5. And it's not going to be blue. Like, let's see. You join the team and the link isn't working for you. It will. You join the team and the link isn't working for you. The link to actually get onto Discord, or the link... I assume that's what you mean. Like, to actually get onto Discord? Let's see. I do have a... People seem to have an issue with it, but, like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So it might be one of those, like, try again, which is, like, super not a helpful response. I recognize that and I apologize. But it does seem to be one of those things that, like... Let's see. for anybody who's wondering what the heck we're talking about, here is a link to the Discord. But hopefully that one works. If it doesn't actually work, then I will try and find you a new one. But yeah, sometimes people find that, like, it doesn't work one time, and then I send it to them again, and then it does, and it's just, like, it's a bit messy, which is frustrating. But I can probably find you a different link if that one is adamant that it's not going to work. Okay, so stuff that we now need to do, now as we've actually set up the spaces for all of our stuff, we need to take everything over here that isn't, like, either isn't done or is done or whatever, and just, like, mark it off effectively. So starting with we'll start with these ones and then come back to the weekly list. Everything in Monday is already dealt with, which is nice. Everything in Tuesday except for populate long-term trackers in my yearly collections journal. That one needs to be moved forward. And I'm going to do a journal update today. So, journal update. So I was supposed to do it yesterday and then I got sidetracked. We need to do my yearly collections journal. We need to do my 5-year journal. And we need to do my start of everyday journal. Yeah, so the YCJ, the 5YJ, the SEJ, done. Okay, so that one's cool. We've moved it forward. It's all right. So that's looking good. Then all of that stuff is finished. Good for us. Map my work days. We can say that it got migrated. It's already done, but it got moved forward to here, then to here, then to here. Okay, so that one's been migrated already. The 5-year journal, that one already kind of got migrated and then kind of happened. Meal menu sorting still needs to happen, but I think that I want to put that on maybe. I know it's not going to happen today, and I know it's not going to happen this week, but it needs to happen because I don't like the idea of leaving the project half finished. I'm notoriously good at leaving projects half finished. So that's something that needs to happen, but I think it might need to go on my future me problems list. So let's jump into the future me problems list so we at least just migrate it there to start with. It just kind of means that we don't end up rewriting stuff. So for those of you who haven't been acquainted, this is my yearly collections journal. It's in this Archer and Olive Galaxy drip thing, and it effectively just contains all of the layouts that are for a full year for this year. So things like my 101 things list, things like my 2323s in 2023, future me problems, okay? Just so that I don't have to write them out with every new journal that I set up. So we can move the meal menu sorting, so migrate it, little arrow, over to the future me problems list, which is meal planning menus. And that project is almost done. It just needs to be committed to, but it's not a today task and it's not a this week task, so it can go in the future me problems. What else? Collection idea. Lines from movies that I use in real life. Yep, we're going to put that into the future me problems list as well because it is something that I'd like to set up. Collection idea. Which I guess is a good question for you. Are there any lines in movies that you use pretty consistently? Like in your regular everyday speak? I know that for Rachel and I, it's very much like stars can't do it, not today from the Road to Eldorado? Road to Eldorado? Does it start with the? Anyways, that movie. Great movie. So that's one. I also used to say shut up Spaulding quite a lot, which was from Madagascar. Like the animated movie. Shut up Spaulding. And then just like other ones. But it's one of those things that like, unless I'm actually saying it at the time, I don't really know, or like I can't bring it to front of mind kind of a thing. But I'd be interested to hear about any lines from movies that you use in your everyday speak. Lines from films that I use IRL. Nice. You're killing me, Smalls. Yeah, lot of Mean Girl ones. Yep. You go, Glen Coco. For you, Glen Coco. Let's see. That was there. Already moved that over. Okay, so brain dumping kind of happened, so we'll do a half cross. Add ideas to the blogs list, technically already done that. Budgeting, like, yes, that guy got moved over. This guy got moved over. And that one's like a half done. Set up the second, I tried to write half and I wrote HAFF and I'm like, that's good enough. Set up the second half, yes, done. Logging the meals, technically had finished it at that point, so yes. And then we're on to this one. Now, I'm not actually going to transfer any of the stuff from here, mainly because I'm still working on this weekly. Like, this spread, sorry. Because I'm still working on the spread, I'm not going to bother moving it. Yeah? Vogel uses and then a lot. Like, not just in general, but specifically the one from, I think it's like, Dude, Where's My Car or something. I saw that movie once. I think it's from that one. I don't know. But he says it, like, specifically in like, the kind of little takeaway speaker box voice. Let's see. That's looking pretty cute. Okay. Is there anything else that I need to move to here? We'll go consult the monthly log. Flip all the way back. I will say, even though I quite like these from this direction, flipping back to this calendar is so frustrating because I'll like flip here and be like, okay, I need to flip this one. Okay, then I need to flip those ones. Okay, then I need to flip those ones. It kind of irks me just a little bit. Let's see. Laundry is happening. We've got our live stream happening today, which is yays. Payday tomorrow for Vogel, which is cool. Book club poll. Okay, team pick vote. We need to put the team pick vote up on Wednesday. And that's for next week's live stream. So our live stream next week is voted upon by the team members. Yeah. Team pick voting. And if there's ever anything that you would like to see done in a live stream format, then we do have a little link in the description box where you can drop your ideas for me. Always love getting ideas from you guys, because again, I like want to put out what you want to see. Like, makes sense, yeah? That is a nice boulder, yeah. And also, like, and in the morning, I'm making waffles. So, work Buddha stuff we've already moved around. Spooky movie night needs a purple dot, but other than that, we don't seem to have anything else happening during the week, which is fine by me. Home meeting kind of happened. Weekly reset half happened, so we'll tick it off. That happened, that happened, that happened. I will say that actually specifically scheduling out my budgeting time for the month meant that I actually did it, which was nice. Oh, thank you for that, Britta. Thank you for sharing the link. Always appreciate. Are you doing anything special? Any special spreads for your birthday? I was not planning on, mainly because I'm like, I'm turning 32. It doesn't feel like a big milestone birthday. 33, on the other hand, that feels like a milestone birthday. I love double numbers. Mainly because I'm like born on the 11th. And 11 is my favorite number for the reasons of being born on the 11th. So yeah, I'm not doing anything special in my journal really for my birthday, but yeah, I might write myself some kind of journaly notes or whatnot about it, but I'm probably more likely to do that in my 5-year journal, which I have actually been keeping up with, which I'm so proud of. Tiny round of applause for me, yay. But if you haven't seen it, because why not, we're doing sharing. This guy here is my 5-year journal that I set up at the end of last year, and I wanted to keep it like super simple. Because I find that anytime I would get 5-year journals that were pre-printed, they'd always have like a target question for the day or something like that. So, boff. So I've just set it up like this. Let's see if I can find one that doesn't feel too personal. Probably the most recent ones are probably fine. Let's see. So I just write a couple of lines a day. About what was going on, kind of a thing. So it's like, on October 6th, I bought my first car, though technically it's for mum and dad, lol. I spent an hour and 40 minutes on the phone with Tower to sort out the insurance. I'm just going to make that a capital H. We had sushi from Catch, and then we watched Sex Education. So that was kind of nice. So it's just like little bits and pieces that happen throughout the day, and I've got a little flip out key that shows me what each of my little symbols mean. But I wanted to keep it super simple so that then I wouldn't kind of not do it because it was like too much of a laborious task. But I have done it for every day of the year, and I'm feeling very good about that. And then in the start, I have kind of just a little kind of summary page about what's been going on and stuff that I can fill in. So it's like 2023, 2024, 25, 26, and then 27. So yay. So I'll probably just write some stuff in here for my birthday because I do it every day. But I probably won't set anything special up in my journal. I do have a video about ways to celebrate your birthday in your journal though. That's a separate video though. All right. Tink. So now as we've done that, that's looking pretty good, and I'm feeling kind of like a bit more in the know about what I need to do this week, which is feeling quite good because I was feeling like a bit of a scatterbrained mess. We need to make sure that we put a blue dot in for you though, my child. There we go, you're looking a little bit better. And Team Pink voting is also blue. Now we can go and have a look at my monthly pages because I haven't been as consistent with filling them in as I would like. For instance, this guy here. Did I have a good source of fruit and veg? No. Did I have one yesterday? Yes. Did I have takeout yesterday? No, I did not, so I can tick that off as did not have takeout. Yay. Did I have a source of protein? Yes. Okay. Breakfast, we had eggs on toast. Yum. Which we were very happy about. And for lunch, we had nothing. I had my eggs on toast too late and I just wasn't really that hungry. Oh no, don't be depressed that you're going to be 27 in 2 hours. That's not a bad thing to be. 27. I don't even remember what life was like at 27. It was like only 5 years ago. That's a problem. Let's see. And then for dinner last night, we had homemade sushi. Yum. And I don't know what it is, but I'm on a big chocolate kick at the moment. Like, usually, I'm not much of a chocolate fan. I don't really eat a lot of chocolate. I don't go out of my way to seek out chocolate to eat. But recently, I've been very much into having my, like, 4 or sometimes more squares a day. And I'm like, this is becoming a problematic habit. Then for breakfast, I had homemade sushi because we have leftovers. And I'm going to have it for lunch as well. Because I've got five like stick of sushis left. So I was like, I'm gonna have 2 for breakfast and 3 for lunch. So that can be my lunch as well. Which means that technically I have had some fruit and veg today. And I have had a source of protein. Yay! And then for dinner we're having nachos. Because we were gonna have nachos on Saturday and then it got pushed forward and yada yada yada. Anywho. So that's looking good. Meals are now filled in. We can come and fill in my habit tracker. Now, I have 3 colors that I'm using here. We've got grey for things that didn't happen, pink for the low bar, and then green, not this green, get out, teal, that would be a bad time, so teal for completed to the high bar level, kind of a thing. So, oh, you're turning 40 this year, so you made the whole thing like a year of Lisa. I love that, that's gorgeous. Yeah. I'm 30 most of the time. Don't sweat the low numbers. Yeah, see that's the thing. I don't really mind the idea of like my age as a number going up. I just don't want to feel old. And I feel like that's very much more of a kind of like mentality mindset type thing. Not to say that I want to feel like a teenager either because, you know, past Jess, she made some choices. Let's just put it that way. Anywho, so out of bed by 8. Yep, did it. Face wash. Yes. Body wash. Yes. Skincare. Yes. AM teeth. I haven't actually brushed my teeth today, have I? See, this is a thing. Like, I still very much consider the kind of trigger for the habit or the cue or the thing that reminds me to do something. My brushing the teeth habit is very much tied to leaving the house. I do not leave the house. So I need to find something else to tie it to, honestly. It'll just make my life a lot easier. Water intake. Yes, I did drink some water yesterday. Yay for me. Okay, so just as a side note, okay, before we continue, my water logging habit, water intake here, right? So you can see that we've got like 5 that are green, 1 that is grey, and 2 that are pink. My water intake habit, to get pink, I just need to take 1 sip of water, okay? 1 sip of water, and I will actually be able to record that I did something. Whereas my high bar is 1 glass, okay? 1 glass of water. And you can see, look at how much water I have had so far. And yes, I know that all of those green dots are just 1 cup of water. But if you compare it to last month, where I had put down that for my water intake goal, it was 1 liter. I set the like didn't do it as 1 liter, and I can assure you that on probably 80%, if not more, like all of these days, I did not intake any just straight water. I would have drunk it as Coke Zero. I would have gotten it from food or whatever. Like I'm not a dehydrated sad sultana or whatever, but comparing that to actually getting some water intake that is just water this month, like, round of applause. Good job, me. Yay for the high bar, low bar. Actually getting stuff done. Brrr. Daily logging. So, we did populate the daily log today. We have prioritized a task for the day. PM pill happened yesterday, and it happened in a timely fashion. So, the PM pill one is tricky because I always take my PM pill. It just happens. Now as I've said that, knock on wood, I've probably jinxed myself. So, PM pill always happens, but what I'm actually tracking here in terms of high bar, low bar is when I'm taking it in relation to my AM pill. So my AM pill is really the one that dictates whether my PM is pink or green, okay? So for my PM pill intake, where are you? I word them differently over here, and that's why they're hard to find. So take my evening medication. So pink, like the low bar, is that I take it with my evening meal. Okay, so like it gets taken. But the high bar is that I'm taking it at least 6 hours after my AM pill. And because my AM pill, morning pill, is taken with my first meal of the day, I need to have breakfast, right? Because I've been finding that last month in particular, I just like wasn't having breakfast. I'd get out of bed and then just get to work, and then it would get to like 3 p.m. and I'd be like, why am I so hungry? Kind of a thing. So in terms of actually being like completing that, taking it is not really the problem. It's taking it in a time span that means that it actually is reasonable to have taken 2 of them in the day, kind of a thing. Yeah. High bar, low bar has been so great this month. Yay! I know, right? It's that thing. It's like when we beat ourselves up about not getting stuff done, it often does not motivate us to get the thing done. It just makes us feel shit. Like, we don't want to feel crappy about ourselves. Like, we do that enough to ourselves as it is. We don't need it to be for our habits as well. Boo hiss. So it's like, this kind of stuff helps us to just give ourselves partial credit, effectively. I'm all about giving partial credit. Also, just as a side question, has the color gone, like, really yellow for you guys? Like, anywho, like, standing up to have a look at my camera as if that's going to help it, but it probably won't. No? Yellow? I don't know. Weird. Anywho. So, AM pill and multivitamin. I have taken that this morning, and it was with an AM meal, and it did happen before 12, considering it's only like 10:30 at the moment. Water intake, haven't drunk any straight water just yet, but we'll get there. Maybe. Finishing work. Haven't done that yet, but I did finish work. Let's see, when is it? Finish work at a reasonable hour. Okay. I know that to most people, finishing work by 9:30 p.m. feels like it shouldn't even be a low bar. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, why are you finishing work so late? And then my high bar for that is finish work by 8:30. Now, to a lot of people, that probably feels like a bit problematic, but like, it's one of those things. I pick my own schedule, so I work when I want to. I often want to work because I really like it. And if I don't intentionally specify something else to do, I will just continue working. Right? So yes, I did finish work by 8:30 p.m. Yesterday. Technically, I finished a lot earlier than that. But, you know, it's just one of those things. Leisure time, activity was predetermined. Like, yes? No? I really should be paying more attention to that. What did I do for leisure yesterday? I also, for this high bar in particular, I didn't specify how predetermined it had to be. So it's like, hey, if I decide 2 hours before I do it, is that predetermined? I'm going to give myself the win and say yes, because stuff it, I took the entire evening off, but we'll see. For my 5-year journal, that's this guy here. The high bar, low bar for that is high bar, like want to really have done, is fill it in on the day that it happens, but the low bar is filling it in the day after. And that's what's actually going to happen because I only filled in like one of the 3 lines. So we'll put that in. And then PM teeth and flossing. I'm pretty sure after we finished watching telly last night, I was just zonked and I crawled straight into bed and probably didn't do either of those. And in terms of logging my habits, I logged a good majority of them on the day, but a good chunk of them were the day after, like here together today. So all good. That one is now filled in to the extent that it can be. This guy was already filled in. This guy I'm having a rough time with. It needs a tweak because I really like the idea of it, but this isn't quite working. And then actions list and monthly review. Yeah, I don't think we have anything specific to write out in here just yet. So let us flip all the way back to the front and have a look at any of the collections in here that we might need to fill in. So we don't have anything, I think, that we need to add to my calendar here. I'm kind of tempted to put in dots of color for anything in particular that's happening in terms of like specific work days or social happenings or anything like that I haven't filled in on my Calendex ahead of time. I feel like I'm explaining this poorly. Let's see. I was thinking maybe like, for instance, on the 13th, I know we're having spooky movie night. It wasn't a predetermined thing, but I'm thinking I could put a little purple dot in to show that like, hey, you still had a social event. So we'd put in the purple dot like that, and then we would write the number for either the monthly log, if I can find it. Yeah, you're already on it. Either for the monthly log or for the weekly. I'm thinking could do the weekly. The hard part about numbering the pages in my journal is that I've been using a lot of tape in the corners of them. So like this is 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. So you see I can't write them in. 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60. So I'd write 60 in because it's on here in particular. I'll do it for this one. And I might toy around with the idea, but it's like most of my pages aren't numbered, so it does make it a little trickier. So I'm not quite decided just yet. But there's nothing else in particular I need to add at the moment, if that's okay. This guy is my, like, before 2024. So it's 24 things to do before 2024. And then also the summary of my 101 things list. So I had my pumpkin spice drink. Yay. I actually technically had it in September because I didn't realize they started selling them quite that early. And then I have a couple of other things that I've specified that I want to do this month. Yeah, voting. I actually need to do that this week. So I need to remember to schedule that in as well. Oof. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else in particular off here that I can cross off. It's actually quite frustrating because this guy here, right, finishing the Bujo Basic series, I'm technically one video, maybe two, 1 or 2 videos off having that finished, but I kind of lost steam at the end of September to do it. So I'm like, I know I need to go back and actually finish that off, but I just, tink, I'll get there. It'll happen. Let's see, your low bar for water is 2, and 2 Starbucks cups. I thought you were saying 2 liters for some reason. 2 Starbucks cold cups. Nice. And then, yeah, I think that, like, for me, for someone who does not actively drink water, that would be a very high low bar for me. I'm going to see if I can reset my camera for a second because I feel like it's gone yellow. Alright, so just bear with me. I feel like I need, like, a Be Right Back music or something like that. Let's see, do I have Be Right Back music? I have a 10-minute timer, but that's a little bit aggressive. I don't want to give you a 10-minute timer. Let's see. Does that do anything? No, not that one. Alrighty, I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to come right back. Hopefully it'll work. I don't know, can you still hear me? Maybe. Let's see. just because it went really, really yellow, and I'm like, it's not really what we want, is it? And it's probably really zoomed out now if it comes back. There we go. Okay, that doesn't look as yellow, right? That looks a little bit better, I think. There we go. All right. Anywho, that aside. That's good. I'm glad that you can still hear me, because like my microphone, which I don't know, can you see my microphone here? Hello. He is separate to the camera, so yeah, there we go. It's a cooler tone now. Yeah, it got really yellow for some reason. And I'm like, I didn't do that. Yeah, please pause. Please hold caller. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here to do at this stage. I would like to replace my iPhone cables. You know what? Stuff it. We're going to write a shopping list, because I feel like there's some stuff that I need to get. And it's just, I'm being stupid about it, and I'm just not doing it. Because I showed you guys my iPad pod cable, didn't I? I'm going to show it to you again. But look at this guy. He's like busted here. This is the cable that I use to transfer files from my iPhone to my computer. You can see like the frayed edges just sticking out here. It's just like a complete danger zone. I'm like, you're going to burn down your house because you're too lazy to order a new bloody cable, you numpty. So we're going to put that on the list. We're going to do it. It's going to happen. You know what? Actually, what we're actually going to do here, okay? You can't use it anymore. Buy a new one. Stop being dumb. Now it's no longer a hazard. Now it's just rubbish. That's much better. Okay, it's safe now. It's okay, guys. It'll be fine. So, that's going in the bin. How long was this cable? Do we think it was like a meter? Roughly a meter? Yeah, I need to buy a meter. This is exactly the same thing that I do when I try and declutter my space. I'll have like a piece of clothing or something that I'm like, oh, but it's really comfortable and I really like it, but it's got like a giant gaping hole in it. I'd always do this with like my pants, right? By pants, I mean like trousers, yeah? Yes, I chose violence today. Like if I start getting kind of holes in the legs or something where it's getting to the point where it's just like, Jess, this is inappropriate to wear. Why are you still wearing it? I would literally just rip the full crotch out of the pants and be like, see, now you can't wear it anymore. Now you need to go get new ones. There we go. Okay, so I need iPhone cables, which is lightning, I think. Lightning? Is that how you spell lightning? I don't know how to spell lightning. I want a 1 meter cable for the wall, and I want at least a 3 meter cable for my bedroom, because I plug it in at the floor and then hang it over my backboard so that it can kind of like plug in to my phone from like, I don't know, it's just how I like to do it, so I don't have to try and figure out where my cable is on the floor. So those two I need. I need a slip mat. I'm going to call it a slide mat for the kettle. I need a bookend for my chopping boards, and I know that sounds dumb, but our chopping boards keep slipping over, so we're going to get a bookend. And I don't think there's anything else right now that I need, is there? Let's see, that's stuff for Mum. That's a piece of rubbish. I know I had a sticky note somewhere with stuff that I needed, but it might still be in my old journal. Alrighty, let's go find that, because I need to... I'm going to do shopping. I'm going to do it all at once. Where are you, sticky note? There you are. See, you can see I've got it like right on this sticky note as well. Like, there you go, new iPhone cable. So put that guy away. It says that I need Tombow N75 and 725. I'm not going to get them from the same place, but it's obviously something I need. I also said I need a USB extender. I think that's because I was getting sick of using this one. This one's Vogel's one. It works fine though, so I think I'll hold off on getting a USB extender. I probably don't need it right now. This guy here though, he's my kind of perpetual shopping list. He usually just lives at the front of my journal, so that then he is accessible. There we go. And I don't think... Is there anything on here that specifies purchasing things? I don't think so. So this is my shopping list. We need to do shopping, and we're going to place that order today because you keep putting it off and you're being dumb. Stop being dumb. Do what you're supposed to do. Like, there we go. I usually just get it on Amazon because it's easier. And when I say Amazon, I mean Amazon AU because it is closer. And this is the thing. It's like I want free shipping because I will get savings wherever I can. So it's like I try and build up a list of stuff before I place an order. So we just need to commit and actually do the stuff. Okay, put that to the side. Cute. Now, going back to what we were doing. Now as I've distracted myself again. So, nothing to do on here. That's looking okay. Nothing to do on here. Or here, I think. Wait. 100-day project. Master packing list. Okay, that one actually needs to be posted. I'm really bad at remembering to post those. I've started deciding on Vlogmas content. I am so proud of me for getting the list sorted out ahead of time. Round of applause. So one of the things that I want to do for Vlogmas, which I hope you guys are excited about too, and I know I've mentioned it already, but one of the things that I want to do is a kind of like, I put it down as a 7-day challenge. We'll see if it's actually 7, but it's effectively like a 7-day yearly reset challenge kind of a thing where we go through like different areas of the house and we do like a big kind of declutter and like get stuff gone so that we can start the new year feeling cool, calm, collected, fresh slate feeling kind of stuff. So we're going to do things like, what's the word? We're going to do like a digital declutter. We're going to do a, kind of mental decluttering. We're going to do obviously physical spaces because that's like a big thing. So it'll be like doing the office, doing the kitchen, doing the bathroom, that kind of stuff. Let's see. So those are the kind of things that we need to start thinking about when I'm going to be filming them, but it's quite exciting. I'm looking forward to it. And I hope you're looking forward to it too. So we've got that kind of stuff, and then we've also got like other typical things, yeah? Like, oh, where's my list? I feel like I don't want to give you too many spoilers because that ruins the fun. But now I'm excited and I'm thinking about it again. Let's see. I've got it somewhere here on my computer. Vlogmas plan. Okay, so I've tried to kind of split it up so that we don't just have videos of all the same type kind of a thing. So last year was very much planner related. Like the majority of it was about things that you can make in your journal. And Monica, I saw that you deleted your Tumblr after years, and I got locked out of my Tumblr and I can't delete it, so I'm just hoping that nobody ever finds it. Do not go looking for it. Anyways, oh god, I shouldn't have put that out there. Anyways, whatever. So, in terms of doing this Vlogmas kind of content stuff or whatnot, I wanted to make it so it's not just planner related, it's also related to other kind of areas, so things like organization, productivity, that kind of thing. So we've got the reset challenge, which is going to be very much like organization kind of based, and then we're going to have a whole bunch of planner related stuff as well, so things like you know, my January setup, 2024 planning system review, like reading journal setup possibly, like all of that kind of thing. And then also some things that are just like goal related, so like the goal setting, the 101 things list. We'll do a goal setting live stream type thing. It'll be awesome. And stop it with your eyes. Stop it with your eyes right now, Monica. And then some productivity stuff as well. But anyhow, don't want to give it away. That, like, more than I literally have already just given it away. But those are the kind of things I'm planning. Hopefully it all happens because I am not here for a good chunk of December, so it really needs to get done ahead of time. But anywho. So, media that has been watched. We finished Sex Education. I finished Gilmore Girls, finally. It only took many moons. I don't think we've started watching anything else from memory. Yeah, nope, that looks pretty good. We recently re-got Netflix, so I'm like, okay, I'm only going to keep this for like a month. I need to watch everything, so I've been like binging all of the stuff that I can. I haven't filled any of this. Honestly, just couldn't be bothered, so I'm not going to, but we do need to fill this guy in. Okay, so this is where my high bar, low bar journey kind of started, and I was finding it really, really successful for my movement goal in particular, and that's why I've kind of incorporated it into my regular habit tracking kind of a thing. So for this guy, my low bar for movement is doing 2 minutes of intentional movement in the day, yeah? So that's like jumping on the elliptical and doing 2 minutes. Whereas my high bar, which doesn't maybe feel that high to some people, but for me it's like a big deal, is 10 minutes. So what I've been doing is that every time I get off the elliptical, I'll see if I can show you, because I think I've shown you guys before, but we're just gonna look at it again. Every time I get off the elliptical, I just take a picture of the screen to say like, hey, you did the thing. This one here is a picture of Vogel standing against my wall so that I could see how tall a set of shelves are, because I'm thinking of buying a set of shelves. So this one here was for Sunday, and it was 10 minutes and a half. And like, again, it's not a lot, but it keeps the habit alive, and it gives me some credit for actually having done something. Because I know that for me, exercise is one of those things that I work it up in my head of like, it has to be a big deal, but it really doesn't, you know? It's going to be way better. Heartstopper is adorable if you're looking for viewing content. Yes, I have been watching season 2. It's like just like a cutesy kind of show. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, 2 versus 10 has been like considering, you can see here, right? Like this is where I started tracking. And I think the 35th week was possibly still partially in August. So it wasn't really until the 36th week that I'm like, okay, let's go. We're actually going to do this. And it's just been very satisfying to see that it's actually been helpful in getting done. Because prior to this, I would get on the elliptical once a month, maybe. And I usually wouldn't do all that much, but it's like just trying to be consistent and getting at least 10 minutes in has built up this, like, slowly building up this habit for me. Like, nowadays, it's one of those things that I can just expect myself to get on there at some point during the day and actually do some work on it, even if it's not a lot. Like these guys, I hit my 2 minutes and I was like, I'm done. But it kept the dream alive, you know? I've been enjoying this. I've been enjoying this very much. So I'm proud of me. I'm feeling good about it. And that's the thing. Like, if I set the bar too high, if I set it as like, you have to do 30 minutes or whatever, I would only have filled this in maybe 3 times. And on the days that I didn't do those 30 minutes, I probably wouldn't have done it at all. So, racking up many more points. Yay. In terms of sleepy time, let's just ignore the fact that I'm really not good at getting to bed at a reasonable hour. I'm thinking maybe I've set the bar for myself too high in terms of my low bar. So the way that this one works is that my low bar is to be in bed by 11 p.m. So, you know, most days I can get in bed by 11 p.m. But then my high bar is in bed, like lying down, lights off, by 11 p.m. Which doesn't often happen. I know that didn't happen last night because I read till at least 11:10. And I don't think it happened the night before. I didn't set an alarm, but I would have been in bed. I would have just been reading, so we'll color it in. So this guy, I possibly set the bar a little bit too high for myself. But this one has been very motivating, working quite well, and I'm very pleased. So, I was planning on doing a favourite things day for my birthday. But now I'm not too sure because, again, I wasn't, I was wondering maybe I wouldn't have time to take a day off for my birthday. I also haven't planned a favourite things day. Let's plan a favourite things day. Let's do that. Okay, so, goodbye journal. We're putting you to the side. We're planning a favourite things day. So last year for my birthday, I did a favourite things day. And if you're wondering, Jess, what is that? Well, funnily enough, it is exactly what it sounds like. So a favourite things day is a day where you do all of your favourite things, okay? So what I would start with, if you're planning a favourite things day, is first of all, get yourself some scrap paper. But we just need to list out what are our favourite things. Favourite things. Alrighty. So, Jess's favourite things. And tell me what your favourite things are as well, because, like, always love to read other people's favourite things for some inspiration. So, we're just going to put little check boxes down the side. And I find that it's fairly good to be kind of specific about them, because it'll just make it a little bit easier for you. Okay? So, things that I find to be, like, some of my favourite things. I love chips and dip. I love bubble tea. you will find that a lot of these are related to food because that's where my mind goes to first. I love sushi. I love wildfire, which funnily enough is why we're going to wildfire for my birthday. I love pho. Yum. Specifically from FOMO. I've like recently got into just like cozy reading vibes. So like cozy reading. I'm also going to put gaming time. We're going to write feel good movies. I love sleeping in. I love my like physical pampering self-care type thing. We'll put some more dots in. So physical pampering is stuff that like just makes me feel good in my skin. So it'll be like, you know, doing a full body scrub, or like just having a hair mask, or like doing like nice moisturizers and stuff that just makes me feel like clean and beautiful and fresh. Like, oh, dancing and singing with good music, love it. Alrighty, yep. Favorite movie, going to a cafe and then hanging out with friends. Yes, of course. We're gonna put hanging with friends. And that's why all of my favorite people are invited to come have yum yum wildfire dinner with me. Let's see. You got dark chocolate, massage, love it. Going out to dinner, playing Minecraft. I love playing Minecraft. It's just like, Minecraft is one of those games that is like dangerous for me because like time just seems to pass so incredibly different when I'm playing Minecraft. I'll look up and I'm thinking it's been like half an hour. It's like, oh, 4 hours have passed. Whoops. Like naps, having creativity time. Nice. I like creativity time. I also just love like goal work to a point where I feel accomplished. So goal, milestone, hitting. And I love, what else? Just like soft blankets. And just like tidy space. I don't like tidying the space, but I like it to be tidy. Alrighty? So it's like these things that give us that really good feeling. Yeah? Good feeling. So yeah, traveling. Love traveling. So then once we've got this list of our favorite things, right? It's starting to think realistically, like which of these can I actually cram into a day? Yeah? So thinking about the fact that you only have, you know, a certain amount of time in a day. You don't want to try and pack so much into the day that it ends up feeling like stressful or busy or whatever. But we want to go through the list and pick out the ones that realistically we could do all on the same day. Yeah? One of my ones is usually Macca's breakfast. I usually like McD's breakfast too. So we're going to put that on my list. Okay, so things that I know that I can actually do on my favorite things day. I can spend time with my friends. Okay, so we'll tick that one off. I can go to Wildfire because I've already booked it, and those two can be done together. So it's like I invite my friends to come to Wildfire with me. We have food together. Make sense? Yeah. Okay, so those are things that we're going to be doing. Then we also want to have some like cozy time. I'm thinking that I might want to do, I could do probably cozy reading and cozy gaming. I'll just do reading in the evening and then gaming during the day. So we're going to have some gaming time. We're going to have some cozy reading time. Last year, I didn't put goal milestone hitting because I wanted to spend the day with Vogel, and a lot of my goals that I work on are like work by myself type things. So because I was spending the day with him, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to obviously prioritize doing that. So it didn't really happen. But because I'm spending the day, like the day, yeah, before the evening time, the day by myself, I can probably do this one. We're going to do that. We can also probably do some kind of either a feel-good movie or something else in the evening. I'm going to take myself for a bubble tea and I'm going to get Macca's breakfast. All right? We're going to leave pho and sushi off the list, only because I've already had sushi this weekend, so it's like kind of part of like we said, favorite things week. Yeah, laces onto it. And then chips and dip I'm also going to be doing, but on a different day as well. Okay, so the way that we can split this up is that we're gonna have my birthday, yeah, birthday, and then we're gonna have crafty day. Okay, so crafty day is the day that I'm really celebrating with my peeps, and then my birthday is the day that we're going out for wildfire, that type of thing. Okay, so on birthday we're doing wildfire, with we can spell wildfire, yum. If you don't know what wildfire is, it's this Brazilian all-you-can-eat barbecue place. It's like so flippin' good, and I'm not usually a big fan of meat in general, but they do them so beautifully that I'm like absolutely 100% for it. So we're going to wildfire. We're going to do bubble tea on this day. We're going to do some goal work, and I'm going to intentionally pick things that are going to feel like achievable wins for the amount of time I'm giving myself. We're going to put down things for crafty day as well so I can do it. So this is hang with friends, because it's a little bit more intentional. This is going to be a chips and dip day. This is going to be a McD's breakfast day. Because what I'll do is I'll get my McD's breakfast, I'll eat it at McDonald's, and then on the way home I'll swing past bubble tea and pick up a bubble tea. We're also going to have some gaming time. And let's see. So what else do we have? So gaming time, cozy reading. So now I'm wondering, do I want to do cozy reading or do I want to do a feel-good movie? Those are the options. So if I do a feel-good movie, I need to think about like when I'm going to get home from wildfire and whether that's actually going to be feasible based on the time that I get home. So jumping into my calendar so I can kind of see what's going on. And you can see that my calendar, I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So here's my calendar. Football. So live stream here. No, we're still going. We extend that out a little further. So wildfire is going to be at 6:30, yeah, and it's booked in for 2 hours. It probably will not take 2 hours. It'll probably only be an hour and a half type of a thing, maybe. But that means that we'll be headed home for 8:30. So if I'm gonna watch a movie, I'm gonna have to start it pretty much as soon as I get home, which is fine. I just might need to pick in advance what that movie is. Tink. Because on crafty day, I don't really want to be watching a movie because I'm going to be doing crafty things. My creativity time, yeah? Because crafty day starts at like 12. I don't know. I have no idea when I've actually scheduled that to start. At some point. So maybe I'll check in with Vogel, but we're going to put down feel good movie here. Because I could do some reading during the day. I just like to be in bed and be more cozy in bed, like with my pillows and stuff and all of that kind of thing. So feel good movie there. This is going to be creativity time because it's crafty day. And we've already done chips and dip. We put that on the list somewhere else. Then in terms of dinner on crafty day, like technically speaking, could do sushi or pho, but that would require us to go all the way into town, which is kind of like a little bit of time away from crafty day. So I'm not too sure about that. Physical pampering can happen on both days, so we're going to put physical pampering here. Because that can happen before I go to McD's. Because that's like, you know, part of the shower ritual, just making myself feel even more fresh. And then soft blankets can be on birthday for cozy time too. Because that's like a on the couch watching movies. So, for instance, I know that on my birthday, if I'm doing a feel-good movie after we go home from wildfire, I could have chips and dip with that. But after wildfire, I'm going to be so flippin' full that I'm not going to want to do anything in terms of the realm of eating after we come back from wildfire. That's why I'm kind of planning like Macca's breakfast and bubble tea in the morning, then probably not having lunch so that I can make a little void in my stomach to fill it with all of the goodness that wildfire has to offer. physical pampering then. So in terms of sleeping in, there's a good chance that on this day, Vogel will wake me up anyway because he is going to be going to work, like in the office. So I'm more likely to be able to sleep in on crafty day. So we'll put sleeping in over here. Okay, so that's good. We can tick that off as something that has been accounted for, along with feel-good movies. Creativity time has been accounted for. Soft blankets has been accounted for. Tidying the space. Now, this is the thing. Having a tidy space is something that I really like. Tidying the space is not something that I like. In the same way that last year, one of the things that I really like is sleeping on very fresh, clean sheets. And I'm like, I love that. But I don't want to have to make the bed on my birthday. You know, it's not really the vibe. So instead, I would plan it so that the day before my birthday, I clean the sheets, I put them on the bed, so I can kind of get into a bed and sleep on a very fresh feeling space. We just did the sheets yesterday though, so I'm not going to do that. Instead though, we're talking about tidying space here. I'm going to intentionally tidy up my office in particular tomorrow. My office actually isn't that bad right now, so it's going to be okay. But this is like pre-birthday. Is tidy the office and also tidy the lounge, because that is where I'm going to be doing my gaming time. So, having a tidy space, got to do those things. Got to go fast. Now, pho and sushi, well, I had sushi this week already, so I don't really need to do that. That's okay. And then chips and dip we've already put onto crafty day. And then on this day, we're probably just going to have like little snacks, maybe some pretzels. It'll be nice. All right. So that's kind of my plan. I wasn't intentionally, get out. I wasn't intending on having a favorite things day on my birthday. I was going to keep it kind of like a low chill thing. But I mean, technically speaking, this is low chill stuff. It's just like planned out low chill stuff, you know? So I'm almost wondering if I want to write that into my journal already so that then it's already there. Let's do it. Let's go put it in a corner. So we'll bring this guy back. Favorite things day. Yay! I mean, technically, this week, if I do, we're having a movie night on Friday, and then having a favorite things day is going to happen on my birthday. And then, this is have a girls' night, but I was thinking I could use crafty day as kind of like girl time, but we'll see. Like, anything. Getting distracted. Make sure I don't hurt these. So I think I might my little list for my favorite things day up the top here, and I'll just cap it off as favorite things day. So I might write them in before I actually go and rule the space off. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, clean sheets are the best, eh? Love clean sheets. It's just like just super fresh and like they're all soft and you just feel nice and cozy and safe and warm, and I loves it. All right. First dot. I want to put these in order, okay? So the first one is going to be pre-birthday stuff. So tidy the office, tidy the lounge. So tidy the office, tidy the lounge. And then after those two, we are going to do the first thing on here, which is the physical pampering. 3. Ooh. No, 3. Get out soft blankets. Get out blankets. Alright, so that then I can make myself a little nest. Okay, get out the blankets. Then, in the morning of, we will say 4 is pamper time. 5, 6. So go to McDee's breakfast, eat the breakfast, go get a bubble tea, come home. When I come home, I'm then going to do some goal work, 7. And then I'm going to have my gaming time, 8. And then go to Wildfire, 9. And then a feel-good movie in the evening, 10. Chef's kiss. Love it. Shouldn't Vogel be cleaning the sheets on your birthday so that you can enjoy the clean ones without having to do the work? Like, yes, but at the same time, I don't mind helping him out. Being helpful is also one of my favorite things. but we just washed them. Like, we literally washed them and remade the bed yesterday, so I'm like, they're clean enough, it's fine. So, glad out the blankets, done that, and then physical pampering. Physical pampering. Love it. And then after that we have McDee's brekkie. Yeah, McDee's brekkie. Making sure not to overeat too much. And then getting a bubble tea. Love bubble tea. And then come home to do some goal getting. Or goal work. That works too. And after goal work time, we're going to do some gaming time. And then after gaming time, what do we say? We're going to have wildfire dinner. Wildfire dinner. And a feel-good movie. Okay. So, some things that I did not note down that I probably should have are that there's some pre-work that needs to be done here. Okay. So, for instance, I need to decide on the movie. I need to pick out what goal work I'm going to do, so I go in kind of with a plan. And I also possibly need to specify which physical pampering tasks I actually want to do. But mainly it's those other ones. So mainly it's picking the movie ahead of time and specifying the goal work. So I'm going to put that on the list for today. So pick goal tasks for Wednesday. And then we're going to, what was the other one? I remember. Pick movie for Wednesday. Love it. Okay. So I'm not going to write the crafty time stuff on here because crafty time is not the favorite things day. It's just like another day that I'm doing things that are also very enjoyable for me. But in terms of like Jess's favorite things, those are happening on Jess's birthday. There we go. Alrighty. So I can roll those off into the little favorite things box. That can sit up here looking very sweet. Such a cute little box. Good job, little box of cute. Wink. And I'm just going to turn the journal because I prefer doing my lines this way, or at least more vertically than horizontally. Whee! Smack. There we go. Not too shabby at all. I'm feeling good about this. Feeling good about our plan. Because, yeah, it was one of those, like, I'm glad that we moved things around in such a way that I will be able to take my birthday off. I think it's just something, like, my soul needs it. My soul needs it. I have been feeling a little bit, I don't know. I'm going to say tired. It's not quite what I mean. But I have been feeling a little bit more kind of low motivation, low energy to get things done recently, to the extent where I was almost wondering, like, oh gosh, do I even just, like, skip this Thursday's video or something to just take some time off or whatever. But I think that the plan that we've got now with moving the video content calendar around, it's gonna work better this way, and it means I actually have time to get the stuff done. So yay. We can put in our little favorite things header here. Favorite things day. Yay! And then weekly tasks are going to be make dip. Because it's not something I need to do today. It's not something, I don't know, that needs to happen, like, specifically on the favorite things day, but it does need to happen at some point this week so that then it's ready for our crafty day. Yay! So, I'm feeling good about that. Alrighty. Yeah, I need to fill my cup. Indeed. I think I'm excited about this because it feels like cup-filling activities. Do you guys... Okay, just as a complete side note. So, I have mentioned that I want to redo my office a little bit. And one of the things that I want to do for that is I want to get a background that's a little bit nicer to look at for my kind of YouTube filming, right? So like at the moment when I film, I have to film in the corner of my office, which isn't really like the vibe kind of thing. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you what I've been working on, because I've got like a little map here. All right, where is it? Office layout. Eek, yeah. Okay, shove that into the corner. All right, so I can kind of show you what I'm talking about here. So, I've lost all of my tabs. Present. Click on all the things. Alrighty, can you see that? Yes? Alrighty. So this is what my office is like at the moment, right? So this is a very attractive looking picture, but this is my desk where I sit at, yeah? And this is where my computer screens are, and then this is where my chair is, and I face the wall to do like all of my computer work and also all of my like filming work and stuff, because my camera effectively points out towards here, and then I sit there. At the moment, when I want to film things face forward, I have to go sit over here, and I have my journal rainbow along this wall. Yeah, so I sit here, the camera kind of points in that general direction, and I film into this corner. But I don't think it's as nice to look at as it could be. So I'm currently playing around with moving things around a little bit so that I would have my desks against the window edge of the office, and then I'd maybe get some shelves or something to put in the back here. For reference, these two are my little drawers that I keep stuff in, so you can see them in the corner down here, my little drawers, yeah. And this is my little art cart, so I've been thinking about how I can move things around and stuff so that then everything fits into the office nicer. And then I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can like set it up like this so that I can feel like I'm still kind of in a little nook type thing, but I'm undecided at this stage. I know that this layout in particular is going to make the office feel very, very open, but I'm excited about the prospect of having some shelves. I don't know how I got onto this thought, but I wanted to share that with you. Okay. Anyway, do you know what kind of crafty things you are going to be working on Crafty Day? One of them is very much probably just going to be like updating my journal. Oftentimes when I say Crafty Day, I really just mean like you do any creative project you want. Oftentimes mine is journaling. A big neon sign of my rainbow beaker. That would be cute as heck. Tink. My baby conical flask. It's so cute. So, this is looking pretty good. I need to fill this in with the stuff that has actually happened. So, material preparation for the live stream wasn't super necessary. Filming preparation technically happened more today than it did yesterday, but it's fine. We can color that in. Filming the A-roll, which is, you know, just everything that we've had here together. No distraction counter this week because it's my birthday. Yay! Will the small table interfere with my closet? Let's go have a look. So my closet doors don't open out, they slide. So if I have if I have this one, my closet doors actually don't start until a little after this. I went and measured it up very like crudely, but have measured it up so it's like, yeah, the sliding is right here, so it's still quite accessible, which is nice. It doesn't actually encroach in this space, which is good. What I was wondering about is like, if I do it this way, then I have my little nest kind of thing. I have more desk space immediately available to me, but then if I want to go and use my drawers, I have to like get up, walk, I know it sounds stupid, but all the way around here, because I know that these two fit in there really well, but they also have like this much space, like practically a journal's width. They've got a journal's width of space between them and where the thingamabob starts. What's the thing called? My closet. Yeah, I don't know. It should be okay. I want to move them around at some point soon so I can kind of get a feel for it. But this, as much as I do kind of like it, it's not working for filming, if that makes sense. Because when I film face forward, I want to be able to sit in front of kind of my computer area. But if I do that at the moment, my background is very non-aesthetic. Not that aesthetics are the only thing that matter or anything. It's just, you know, I want things to look nice. I like it when things look nice. You know, it's the vibe. Anywho, what was I doing? Coloring in boxes. Okay, So, editing, no editing because it's a live stream. Yay! Which means I can also put in a little dot for any other live stream that I have on here, which is good because it just feels satisfying to be able to say, nope, don't need to do that. So this live, whatever it ends up being, don't need to edit that. We also probably maybe don't need to do material prep, but I'm not sure yet. This live is done. And that live is an exclusive one. There we go. Cool, the admin stuff needs to happen. The posting date. Why don't you have a release date? Child, why? Child, why? You're supposed to be on the 23rd. Exclusive live on the 23rd. Yep. There we go. Better. Bye, Deb. Thank you for being here while you could be. That's looking pretty good. I just need to backwards map all of my work, but I'm not sure what I need to do because I want to see how much of this I get done first. Alrighty. Well, team, this is looking pretty good. I am feeling a lot more prepared for the week and knowing what's coming up, and I'm feeling very good about the idea of actually having a day off for my birthday. I would love to know if you had a day off, you know, for your birthday, given current resources and given the fact that it is just a day and wherever you're based, what would you do with your day off? Okay, it is a day off, it is a day for you. What would you go and do? Alrighty, I'm gonna go and start working on my laundry. Wah, wah. But I will see you next week for our Team Pick Live. Until then, bye. Have a fabulous rest of your week, and I hope that you have a good rest of your, I don't know, day, evening, whatever. Alrighty, team. See ya.